Morning, welcome back. Wait a sec, that doesn't sound right. Let me try this instead. Good morning. It's me, Edvasian, from the YouTube channel Edvasian. One of the most competitive and saturated job markets in the world is acting. A career choice filled with a lot of disappointment and part-time jobs not related to your field. Go ahead and read through the resume bin at a coffee shop or restaurant. You'll see a lot of sporadic acting jobs, musical theater degrees, with tear stains on the side. Statistically, only around 2% of actors are able to sustain their careers just by acting alone. It's rough out there. Unless you're a child of nepotism or someone who's wickedly talented, with a face built to withstand the horrors of what an HD film camera can capture.
No high def, because of the camera.
The job security is not great. But once you find your magnum opus, the Daniel Radcliffe to your Harry Potter, the Dakota Johnson to one of the greatest cinematic experiences of all time. No, that's not the truth, Ellen. When that main character role propels you to A-list status and gets you your big break, you're golden. This is the ideal scenario for actors. All you gotta do now is hop on your big bag of money and coast. Until you reach a fork in the road. You gotta make a choice. One takes you down the reoccurring character career path, where you have a stable job until the movie, show, or franchise calls it quits. The other path is putting in your 2 weeks notice and taking off early to pursue new things with your newfound fame. Indie projects, starting a celebrity liquor line, reality TV real estate, the possibilities are endless. But wait, what's that secret third path veering off to the side? Behind those sketchy bushes. Oh, that's fun. A vertical drop down a waterfall. You've just made a splash into water filled with jagged rocks and are now entering celebrity purgatory, where you spend your days as an online personality doing cameos for a living. Recently, a familiar face popped up all over my timeline. Video after video of a lady with exaggerated theater kid-like mannerisms, making custom videos for fans, singing the same 4 songs in rotation, even when something else gets requested.
I'm so sorry I don't know the song, but there's this really old musical named Hairspray. Good morning, Baltimore.
Wait, I know this person. This is Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray. Her career has been just as turbulent as that waterfall we just fell down. If you want to feel the unsettling effects of time, when I saw that 2007 release date, my brain couldn't even grasp the fact this is almost 20 years old. Here I was thinking 10 at most. Hairspray came out during the golden era of musical theater / films starring young teens. Think your High School Musicals, Camp Rocks, Cheetah Girls. Just sing dancing about unserious stuff like relationship problems and having enough money to buy the high school you're attending at 16 years old. The main antagonist? It's literally just a rich girl who's overly ambitious. There was not a single scenario where Troy Bolton had to go so goddamn hard with the song Bet on It. Great song, by the way. Beautiful gowns, great gowns. What set Hairspray apart from the rest are the more adult and sensitive topics they touched on. Racial segregation during the 60s, fat phobia, bullying, not to mention the cast and the payroll for this movie, it was astronomical. James Marsden, Michelle Pfeiffer, Amanda Bynes, Christopher Walken, Queen Latifah, even Zac Efron graduated from high school and time traveled to 1960s Baltimore. Oh, and can't forget about John Travolta in one of his most memorable roles.
From reading the fine print, her agent, Tracy, eat your donuts. Let's talk.
I do have a question. Those donuts, were they crispy? Right. So we're left wondering, who's playing the lead in this already star-studded cast? Those are gonna be some pretty big shoes to fill. Well, here's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray. Starting from humble beginnings, she auditioned for this role as a high school student with no professional acting or singing background at the time. And she beat out 1,100 other candidates. Very much an underdog story for Nikki Blonsky.
I think that you should probably, make yourself a big ice cream cone because you got the part.
Once this movie premiered, it basically skyrocketed her career overnight. At just 17 years old, she won 2 Critics' Choice Awards, was nominated for a Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards. She even started a will they won't they type of relationship with Zac Efron in his prime, which seemed a little one-sided.
I do have to say, I think me and Nikki got a thing. I don't know what it is, but she was so easy to work with. We didn't rehearse that kiss. It was all natural.
Was it natural?
All natural.
How natural? Like natural enough to kiss again on television, or not that natural?
Let's do it, Tracy. Come on, baby.
They're still kissing? Hello?
And that was
Ow! What was in the water in the early 2000s? Uncomfortable. What about that tea necklace Troy gave Gabriella? Turns out the T, it stands for traitor. Nikki Blonsky was riding the high of becoming a household name within months, which is a lot for a single person to handle. Just the year before, she was relatively unknown. How are you supposed to act when your very first role gets you the most success you'll ever have in your entire life? Well, you take your newfound fame and ride it even further to the top, giving birth to the famous meme, "Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray."
Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray. Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray. Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray.
I'm just picturing her showing up into a room with no open doors and saying, "Hey, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray." This is starting to sound like a threat. Hollywood is all about connections. Maybe this was her idea of networking. I don't know. These for sure could have been DMs, but maybe she didn't know about direct messaging yet. I mean, it was the 60s, and the hairspray, it was probably full of lead. Once you reach a certain level of fame, celebrities will often adopt a public persona to seem more professional. With millions of investment dollars on the line, they can't be saying any intrusive thought that pops into their head. All it takes is one person to burn an entire production to the ground with a problematic take or a resurfaced video from the past. Since Nikki Blonsky was so green at the time, with all this new attention surrounding her, she became a PR team's nightmare with all her antics on TV and social media. Very reminiscent of a high school theater kid who got the main role in the musical, and then proceeds to make it a part of their entire personality for the rest of the school year.
Do you think that he and Vanessa will go the distance and get married? Not yet, just eventually.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, D. Love you, girl, but it ain't happening. It's just, you want the truth. It's the truth.
I'm sorry to hear that, too.
Sorry, Hollywood. I know him real well. I love him real well.
A gasp in the audience after a hot take never fails to make me giggle. You know what? We did not like what was said at the time, but she actually predicted the future. Nikki Blonsky was right about Zanessa, and now she's married to a woman, so... Is this race swap That's So Raven? I bet you there's a, "Hey Zach, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray" tweet somewhere on the internet. Hey, at least she's consistent. Don't want to think you're Nikki Blonsky from something else. Post Hairspray, things were very interesting for Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray, who adopted these 6 words as her new government name. While she did find steady-ish employment acting in movies and TV shows, nothing ever reached the same level of success as her very first role. It's the issue of being known for one character that made you famous. Like to me, that is Harry Potter with a perm and a fake mustache. Unless you have a wide acting range that lets you break free from getting typecast all the time, the casting directors and audience can't see you as anyone else. And if you constantly market yourself as Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray, that's gonna be your brand. A sort of cringe theater kid trying to get a seat at the cool kids table. Image-wise, it was all over the place. From getting into a brawl with a contestant from America's Next Top Model, with this insane headline being written about it, to crashing out on social media, not really aware about this thing called a digital footprint.
As long as Michael Jordan's talking about basketball, as long as Shaq's talking about basketball, as long as A-Rod's talking about baseball, as long as Cher's talking about, say, I'm gonna talk about Hairspray whether you like it or not, and if you don't like it, you can kindly take yourself off of this live, and if you don't, I'll remove you myself. So
her career was leveling out, and people found it fascinating to watch. Like a car wreck you can't look away from. It's a trait that's baked into our messed up brains. When we see someone higher than us fail, it momentarily eases feelings of inferiority. It reassures us that even the seemingly perfect are imperfect. In this sense, a celebrity's public humiliation can make us feel better about our own shortcomings. The feeling of becoming irrelevant is something all celebrities struggle with. Even content creators, or anyone who works in a creative field that relies on attention from the audience. Your popularity directly affects your paycheck and can be a reflection of people's like towards you. Us YouTubers can relate. It's not always talked about because of how embarrassing it can be watching your career do a nosedive in real time. The comments that say, 0 views in 0 seconds, bro fell off, those hurt, man. We live in a culture obsessed with metrics. The expectations, they don't even make sense. If you don't maintain the same level of success at the height of your career forever, then that's a wrap. Might as well pack up your bags, put on an apron, and start crispying up those Krispy Kremes. Right. But it wasn't until recently, Nikki Blonsky content had a sudden resurgence on the internet. People started posting custom videos they received of her greeting them while singing songs from Hairspray. It's Goodbye Baltimore. Good morning, Cameo. This is a place where fans can request personalized video messages from actors, athletes, musicians, influencers, and other various celebrities. Some notable examples you'll find here are Tom Felton from Harry Potter, known for playing Draco Malfoy, supporting actors from The Office, William Hung from American Idol, and my personal favorite, the real Alice Elm from Elegant Interior Decorating.
Hello everyone, my name is Alice Elm and I'm the owner of Elegant Interior Decorating.
Some people have labeled Cameo as the home for unemployed, washed-up actors, which I don't think is the case for a lot of them. There can be a dedicated audience for anything, even with franchises that were popular decades ago. Nostalgia is like this magic sheet that goes on top of everything and makes it all better. It's also not very hard work making cameos. Might as well take advantage of the built-in audience you got from playing a fan-favorite character. Look at what some of these celebs are charging. Say you did 1,000 cameos for $100 each, and if each one takes 10 to 15 minutes to film, that's already $100,000 for just popping in and saying hi. Pretty sweet gig if you ask me. There are instances though, when you can tell the celebrity just filmed their 1,000th cameo for the day and are kind of on autopilot mode now. Hey Sarah, heard it's your birthday. Happy 31st birthday. Heard from your friend. Laura, I played your favorite character. This catchphrase is for you. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? If you're wanting the best bang for your buck, where $20 gets you a full course meal, Nikki Blonsky cameos are where it's at. They're a combination of personalized message, Hairspray references, and spontaneously breaking into song.
Joey, what's going on? It's Nikki Blonsky, and yes, I was listening to a little "You Can't Stop It" an avalanche as it races down the hill. And that Hairspray actually inspired you to go to the Black Lives Matter protest. Perfect song that I can think of is "I Can Hear the Bells," because I've heard the bells, and the bell is up, time is up, and it's time for the world to take action. Welcome to the 60s. Have a wonderful birthday, because you sure deserve it.
My neck hurts from all the whiplash this video gave me. The transition from "Hey Joey" to song, to protest, to talking about discrimination, to belting out "Welcome to the 60s. This is a theater kid, trapped in a 30-year-old's body. Although, I do feel this on a spiritual and emotional level, as a former high school theater kid with emo tendencies. That actually explains a lot about whatever's going on in here. If there's even a sliver of an opening to make a Hairspray reference, Nikki Blonsky is taking it. Vocal growl and all.
I think you know what I'm about to sing. You can, you can't stop an avalanche.
You really can't stop the avalanche of cameos from her. The turnaround time after requesting a Nikki Blonsky cameo is exceptionally good, literally in minutes, leading people to think, is she just sitting by her phone waiting? I mean, if she is, she's running her Cameo account like a well-oiled factory production line.
You can't stop an avalanche as it races down the hill.
Hey, it's a little dark in there. Notice you only have one light source coming from a lamp or a screen? Did you just wake up to film this? It's really a blind box of what you'll get in one of her cameos. If you couldn't tell, she likes to sing. Song requests would be a great way for her to show off her vocal skills, right? Let's work with some new material here, so we're not singing the 4 same songs and oop, nope, it's another song from Hairspray.
I'm so sorry I don't know the song, but there's this really old musical named Hairspray.
Never heard of it.
A song that goes, "Good morning, Baltimore."
Hey, in her defense, Nikki Blonsky doesn't have the time to search up a new song to sing. I'm convinced she will actually die if she doesn't sing a Hairspray song every 15 minutes.
It's Nikki Blonsky, and you know what? Something tells me that you know exactly what song that was. Without love.
Is this not Artemis from the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Tell me this isn't the same person.
The only way to make it in the big city is to shake it. And that's what I do.
let me try paying for a Nikki Blonsky cameo with pens and scissors. That'll let me know for sure. After her resurgence on TikTok, people wanted to experience these bizarre videos themselves. And because of supply and demand, inflation, the economy, her starting prices went from a budget-friendly $20 to over $100 a pop. Overall, she's doing pretty well for herself now. Look at all the positive reviews and satisfied customers. She's #1 right now on the Cameo leaderboard. If you're a public figure living off royalties from a franchise you did 20 years ago, maybe start a Cameo. I'm a simple man who only needs the basics. Food, water, video games, Nikki Blonsky commenting, "Hey Edvasian, it's Nikki Blonsky from the movie Hairspray." And a like on this video if you enjoyed going down this fever dream with me. Not gonna lie, after watching cameo after cameo, think I found my new vocal stim for the next few weeks.
You can't stop benevolent.
Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.